Hello, please. Good morning. Morning. Hello. Happy Friday. Let me see here. YouTube. Hello. Auto find and activate. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Got it. The setup is so much easier now. My setup is so much easier now. Okay. So I'm going to try and finish up the building refactor today because I think animation system is pretty good for now. One thing I wanted to do before that, well, first of all, I need to commit everything, but I wanted to delete the is idle. Because I think in the linked animation instance, so I wanted to delete that, so I need to make sure there's nothing like still referencing that anymore. Maybe I should just do a Control-Shift-F here. Rather, I don't know what the hotkey is. Blueprints, this thing. Is idle. I'll just do one of these things, rather than look through every single linked animation instance I have. Weapon overlay still has it. What is this? 807 blueprints don't have up-to-date index. Why? Index all. Okay, actually, never mind. I changed my mind. This is probably the only one. Okay, now this is idle. Oh, this is like on. Oh, it's B is combat idle. Okay, hang on. Okay. We have one. Ah, yeah, you're not supposed to be exposed. Do not expose yourself. But why was that exposed? Combat idle. Okay, I guess index all. Just do whatever you need to do. Oh. Okay, I didn't know we'd need to compile shaders for that. That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for compiling shaders. Okay, I'll go ahead and let that run. Let's go ahead and take a peek at the commits that I'll need to do here. So definitely my linked anim instance. And then for this one, we delete that. Commit those. Game state? Do I do game state? No, we're not doing game state. Probably not game instance either. Why did I even change in here? I just changed some commits. I just forward declared it. Okay, well, we can commit that. Equipment, I think I can commit this as a part of the animation system updates. Elliot, first, nice, foist, and if you ain't foist, you last. Welcome in. Ewan as well. Ewan, you're second. Elliot beat you by my records. Now, the YouTube chat does take a moment to get over here. So there is some world where, some alternate dimension where you were first today. It's quite early for you, is it? I mean, maybe by like half an hour. Did I? No, the abilities I don't include in this commit. That was a part of the building refactor, which is weird, but it makes sense. If you know, you know. Did those blueprints finish indexing? Oh, Jesus Christ. No, they didn't. No, they did not. Okay. I'm trying to go through right now and pick the files that I changed as a part of my animation system updates, so I can commit them separately. Weapon is one of them. Commit that. NPC character is not one of them. Player character, I believe, is. Now, was there anything I changed in here? God, player character has multiple things in here. Which this kind of makes me want to just comment all of this out, because like none of this fucking works. So I'm just gonna comment that out so that it doesn't like, so I can roll back to this commit and everything still works if need be. Also, entity utils. I think I should commit this first, actually. Debug snapshot updates, yeah. Well, shit, okay. Keenan, welcome. Aurora, welcome to you as well. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so I'm gonna undo all of these, and we're gonna commit entity utils first. This is a 99 file commit. Let me make sure nothing else weird is changing here. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. Make ECS debug functions or modular. Yeah, so commit that, that's fine. Cinema. All start doubling. Start at 2381. What what is this riddle you speak in? Action bar. Wait, why did I change action bar component? Oh, the pay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. ALS animation instance. Did I actually need to change you? No, I didn't. That just got like saved. Okay. Close that. 4762. Oh my God, he's speaking in code. He has no idea what he's saying, and neither do we. Entity change, that's a part of the building refactor. Attribute processor. What did I fucking change here? Oh, I just needed to pass the entity, okay. Buddy, please stop spamming. Okay, building base, building ownership, building settings, building this, building that. Castability. Now, yeah, that... See, here's another one where... This is another one where it got updated by both. Continue CI/CD in your workflows, question mark. I don't know what you're asking by that. I have no idea what that means. I mean, I know what CI/CD is. Okay, gonna have to time you out. Because you did not stop spamming like I asked you to. Yeah, I know what CI/CD means, but I have no idea what you're asking. Combat processor. What did I change here? Okay, so I may have to commit the changes to the ability. Yeah, so I think I'm going to commit the changes to the ability activation payload first. Okay. Yeah, we may have to do that. We may have to do that. Let me think. Let me think here. The ideal goal would have been for me to have not just worked on this in the same like workspace and conflated these two commits here. That would have been ideal. Oh yeah, you, uncomment you. Yeah, I guess we will have to include all of the... Dude, Unreal Engine, Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't know why, but like when I searched for something, I was like, hey, blueprints aren't indexed. Do you want to do that? I was like, yeah. Like, and then I didn't realize that it would absolutely shut down the engine. That's great. It's never come up for me before. I swear this never happens. What did I change here? Make targetable from hit. Just made that a bit more modular. That's a nice isolated change that we can commit. Marcus, welcome. Why is game state imported here? You don't use game state at all. As a matter of fact. Oh, the spawn info is a part of game state? Okay, let's fix that. Now, Elliot, if you're still here, I'm curious how much vibe coding you're doing nowadays. I think I know the answer, but I just wanted to get a pulse check. Oh, that's not a... Okay, that's not a... Well, no, it should be generated. Or it's just the wrong file. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay. Let's rebuild. Engine's unresponsive anyway. Okay, as I suspected, there were things that needed to be imported. Although now this is, oh my god, now the changes are just like spiraling out of control, I think. Why? How do you get include what you use to properly work in Unreal Engine? I'm tired of this, like, I change one unrelated commit somewhere, or include rather, and then there's like some completely random files that now no longer compile. I'm tired of it. Like that, I don't believe that should have been a warning, right? I think I'll just omit the ability changes from the first commit. Although I can go line by line, right? And it's going to be a pain in the ass, though. I think there's only one file I need to do that in. Okay, that build. Okay, spawn info. We'll include the spawnable. Ticking ability. Room detector. Ranged ability. Oh god, the weapon swing stuff. Well, okay. I can do this, right? I want those changes. I want that change. Okay, yeah, we can do that. That's gonna be so annoying, though. Okay, we commit proxy actor. We're gonna commit player entirely, I believe. So we are going to entirely commit player. NPC character. You just got some includes changed. You're fine. Yeah, we'll commit you as well. My weapon, for sure. We will for sure change you. Then let me check. Where is cast ability? Well, I guess we'll get there. Animation instance, yes. Okay, the game state. I do need that, like, one commit here. I need that and that. Those two things are building things. Game mode, equipment structs. Yes, we want all of that. And then what's the diff here? Building settings. Do I actually need that? I do. So yeah, we're not going to include that then. I did say game instance was fine. My equipment is fine. My animation instance is fine. Melee auto attack ability. This is one where we want to cherry pick. You want that, and all of that. Interact utils, that's all building system stuff. Instance entity data, that's from the building system. Rewrite hauling. Game settings. Commit that, yeah. Gameplay animations, entity data, definitely commit that. Equipment utils, definitely committing that. Equipment structs, commit. Entity representation data. Sure. We're just checking if the base mesh exists or not. That's fine. Entity interface, we don't need that. Entity archetype. Yes, we do want to include the character race there. Yes. What did I change here? Oh, I just changed the new line. Okay. Ignore that. Any ability based? No. Deformable ISMC. I just forward declared game state. So that's fine. You can have armor buffs. I will have armor and I will have buffs. What specifically do you mean by armor buffs? Like something that buffs your armor value? I'm sure I will. Welcome in, Sergio. Colony utils. I think this is all building stuff as well, yes. Colony controller would be as well. Character race data, we need to include that. Now, castability. You... Yes, I need to cherry pick you. Yes, we're going to do that. I suppose I can take those. Yes, we want that. We don't want that one. We want this one. And those ones. The rest of this is all building stuff, I believe. Belongs to colony data. Why not? We can commit that. That's just a little debug thingo. Okay, I think I have everything that needs to be committed. Have watched the launch of Laravel SDK, sir. Once again, I don't know what you're saying, but thank you. I know what Laravel is, but I don't know what you're saying. Like sets, like how ESO does it, or will be one set of armor that has stats like Elden Ring / Dark Souls. So I'm imagining somewhat like WoW, where, you know, it's not like I'm not exactly, I've only played ESO for like a total of 5 hours, like 10 years ago, I'm sure, or however long ago it came out. But I have modular armor. Each piece of armor will have stats on it, but there will be specific sets in the game as well that'll give you set bonuses. Or if you equip, you know, a certain number of pieces of armor from that set, you get like a little extra bonus. That's how World of Warcraft does it. So I think that's how I would do it. I'm not sure if that's how it works for those other games or not. A little bit of both, I think, is the answer. And I did have some new ones that I just got in. Let me commit this first, though. This is add this is add animations. I'll do add character race animation data. Or I'll say refactor for character race specific animation data. Okay. Whew. Now we're down to 64 files. Let's rebuild. Please, can we please start rebuilding? Thank you. Yeah, I did get, I got like a mail set in, and then a cloth robes set in as well. God, it's still trying to find stuff. Stop that. Okay. Wait, here's some sets I have already. This is a set I just got in. Look at these robes. They look awesome. They look fucking awesome. Good to see you working on the game again. Haven't seen you in a while. I did take a little break there for a bit. But I've been back for a while. I think I was off for like maybe a month. Maybe a little over a month. This guy actually, let me put his full set on here. Let me see here. What does he have? We want to go invisible there. Visible. What else is he missing? Yeah, his head is clipping a bit. We're gonna get that fixed. Yeah, there's the male set. W programming. W Jimmy. May I say there are robust. Wait, what is UST? UST? What is that? Yeah, a little bit of clipping issues on this one, but we'll get it fixed. I'm kind of thinking, curious what you guys think. I'm kind of thinking that this is with no metallic maps. Let's go male chest. Robust. Oh my god. Yeah, I get that.
Congratulations.
I get that.
You played yourself.
Okay, so here's metallic maps. Maybe I should do that on the head and shoulders as well. Head and shoulders. Do you know head and shoulders? Like the chainmail? Nice. Shoulders. So I want to go for something more stylized, so I think they need a bit of work on that front, but I think they look fucking awesome. Let me plug in the metallic maps here. I literally said it too. I read it out loud. Okay, so here's the metallic maps. And so like if you look down here, or maybe on the arms, like this is with no metallic, and these are with metallic. And I'll be honest, I kind of like the no metallic better. Yeah, the metallic is like darker and like shinier, I suppose. But like, no metallic kind of gives it a more stylized look, which I think is what I'm going for. Which is what I want to go for. Rip Bro, welcome in. I think I like no metallic maps. Because like to me, these two guys don't look like they're in the same game. Because this guy looks way more stylized than this, you know. They both look sick. They both look awesome. So gotta figure out. Non-metallic one is better. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. It's like I don't know if I'm the pinnacle of art opinions here. Both styles. Like you like both. Oh boy, am I gonna have a lot of fucking assets. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, here's all non-metallic. I think I like that, yeah. So yeah, those are, speaking of armor sets, that's all the armor I have right now. That's all of it. That is all of it. Keep your feet on the ground. Has no dwarf ever told you to keep your feet on the ground? Good God, my man. Good God, great Scott. Yeah. Let's do a quick play here. The turn in place while casting is a little bit awkward. Yeah, I think maybe just cleaning up a little bit. I say cleaning up, but like just removing a bit of the detail. Not only would allow us to work faster, but I think it would make it go a little bit more stylized. Because like to me, this cape looks pretty stylized. Like the red parts on this robe do look pretty stylized. And it's because like you can't really see a whole lot of detail there, I suppose. And like this, I like this stitching. I think the stitching is good. But I think maybe just like a bit of the color change and like a bit of the actual like texture. I think if that, although the waist is like has specular on it or something. Yeah, turn that specular off. It's like shiny. Your fighting looks more optimized and clean since the last time I watched. Yeah, I got some animations in from my animator, and then for the past few streams I've been working on ironing out some of the awkward parts of the animation system. So yeah, it flows together a lot better now. Flows together a lot better for sure. Yeah, it's a lot better when I don't have like retargeted animations from a game that's 20 years old. Yeah, I think if we just get rid of a little bit of the detail, I think it'll start to look a lot more stylized. You know, like a little bit of this, kind of make it more flat colors like we have here. I think we can still do a little bit of shading and stuff too, though, but... yeah, I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there. But let's move on to trying to finish off the building system. So let's remind ourselves where we were with that. So I've been refactoring my buildings from actors into instant static mesh components. Now it seems like that should not be going there. There's one issue. Should it? I'm confused. Why am I hitting? Where am I hitting? How am I hitting the ground and not this building? I think my line trace needs some work. Like I should be hitting the side of the building. I guess I never do. Interesting. What are my collision settings on these guys here? Off topic of what you're doing right now, but how is the database side of like player items handled typically? I know some games do inserts data format here, GVAS compressed. I don't know what that is. I don't know what GVAS is. I just have my information in a data table. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Head slap. Welcome in. It's John C. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for the raid.
Why are you running?
Bag up, bag
Why
up.
are you running?
Bag up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry.
Put it in
Put it in
reverse.
reverse. Oh, Lord. Lord, please.
How was your stream? What were you guys up to
Ladies and
today?
gentlemen, we got him.
What the dog doing?
What the dog doing? I have just finished up some animation system updates. Kind of yesterday, a little bit today. I got some new armor sets in. So those look pretty sick. But I need to finish up a building refactor that I'm doing for my building system. So that's what I'm working on today. A dead slap, please. If you have something to show off, please, by all means, please post. Working on my base building system. Oh, hell yeah. Perfect. Perfect crossover. I as well am working on that too. Perfect. What kind of game are you making? I don't know that I'm that. I've seen your name before, for sure, but I'm not familiar with what kind of game you're making or anything like that. Oh god, my animation, that animation is not retargeted for this character. So he just face plants into the ground. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Working as intended. Working as intended. Like, it should be changing. I guess it's not too bad. It should be going to like the like that. It should be flipping up here by this point, right? It should be. You can share a YouTube short if you like to see a little piece. Hell yeah, share away. Are you doing the YouTube Shorts streams? Are you doing the vertical streams? Yeah, but I guess I think my line traces aren't. That one seems to work fine, but then there's like some of them, like that should 1,000,000% be going over there.
Hey, check out this little thing I added to my game.
I will do
We've
just
got
that.
the wand that shoots out a little ball of light
Oh hell yeah!
that you can use to toggle things.
Oh yeah,
But
I
it
have
also
seen this.
can
I have
interact
seen
with
this.
The big
Yeah.
rock golem now. Boom, just like that. When you hit one of the crystals, they all light up and glow,
Ooh,
which I just love that effect.
Kobe.
And of course, they can still be used to toggle the lights.
Oh, that's cool.
And I, since the last short
Now, can
that
you
I
take
put
the
out,
lights away? All
they can be- or there's
Dumbledore
actually, like,
in
a
Harry
ball
Potter.
that you can see, and they are rigid bodies. Oh, and check it out. Here's the little prototype for the little scurrying around creatures that are coming up.
That's such a good little scurry
I
creature.
just
I
love
love that.
effect. Anyway, yeah. Hey, check out this little thing I added to
up?
my game. We've got the wand that shoots out.
Yeah,
a
everyone go
little
check that out. That's cool, dude. Your game looks so cozy. I like the aesthetic. Are you making the assets yourself? Do you have artistic talent? Because I don't. Trying to make it super cozy, and yeah, that would be sweet. Yeah, it's weird that like in Harry Potter he has that like little, I forget what they call it. It's like the lumen, something like that. And then like he just brings that up out of nowhere in the first book, and then it never really has a difference until Ron like needs to find his way back to Harry and Hermione in the very last book. Which I thought was a weird, like, it's obvious that that was just added in to like make the world feel magical. Yeah, you did the assets yourself. Well, they look great, man. They look great. You guys know the feeling when it itches and you just can't reach it. Yes, I do. But anyways, I need to figure out why this hit right here is not moving it over here. That should be moving over here. So now I gotta like ramp back up on all the changes I did here. Find best attach point to target. Where's the one where we like change the position? Not find socket match. Is it find best attach point for target? Get attach point for building. We are drawing these. Though I do not see them. I doth not see them. Are we getting here? Attach building to target actor. Yeah, so this would be it, right? Well, I wonder if I'm not sorting them correctly. So it's like really after this change, like I've changed all my buildings from being individual actors to being instant static mesh components, but like they still have on the building actor that contains these instant static mesh components, like there is still a like base static mesh that has all like the socket locations and everything on it that I like place in editor. But then I have to treat all the locations as like relative, and then I have to like get the individual instances location and then compose it with the socket locations, and so it gets really annoying. I'm wondering if I'm not sorting them by distance properly. I should probably do like a little draw debug here. Yeah, give me a little draw debug. And what we're gonna do, attach transform. We're gonna do that. And I'm also going to have an F color. I'll just say color equals F color. We'll do red. Red. And then I'll say if, oh god, this is gonna be so hacky. Count equals 1. Color equals, I was gonna do orange. That's what I was gonna do. Do orange, yellow. What's after that? Is it green, orange, yellow, green? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, run live coding on that. That way we can see the order of which it's ordering these sockets in. Or snockets, as I like to say sometimes. The snozberries do taste like snozberries. And we're gonna wait patiently. And we're just gonna say quick prayer to Tim Sweeney. Oh, great Tim Sweeney, Lord and Savior of all that is gaming. Please grace me with your compilation speeds and your no blueprint corruption. Please, I just want to live code a CPP file. That's it. That's all I want to do. There was a few lines of changes. Surely that is not too much to ask of Unreal Engine. I hate my life. We're gonna rebuild. I have no idea what is going on with live coding. Sometimes it just literally never goes. So yeah, this is what it's like over in Unreal Land. You sit and it's compile simulator. Dude, dude, honestly, what is happening? This is egregious now at this point. Okay, there we go. Jesus Christ. Literally 4 things. That's all I needed to compile were 4 things. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, I'll have to go set up that scenario again. Doo-doo-doo. And now we wait. But yeah, there was my item database for whoever asked. Forget it. Oh, it's the location of the building, not the location of the socket. So I have to like mentally adjust these. See, this is how it should be acting for sure. This seems to be acting fine, although that's weird. Okay, I want different positions. I want the actual positions of the socket we are trying to attach to, right? So this is the placement buildings applicable sockets. For the target building type. Okay, so we are getting the placement building sockets. And so what was happening like right here? I am very confused. So what do I pass in the closest? I do pass in the target socket. Okay. Which I think is a good attach point for building. Which I'm not logging anymore. I don't see these blue and greens. The find best attach point to target. This is called from like blueprints, right? Yeah. With attached to socket. I just want to find usages, please. I can't. Why? Is it a local? Oh, it's the function input, that's why. So it's get snap transform. Get snap transform where we get nearest socket on the target building. Okay, so we are getting there. We are debug drawing red. Let's draw blue there. Can I run live coding now? Please. I changed one line. Please, that's all I want is just live coding to work within... you know, at this point, I'll take a minute. Within a minute, and I will be happy. This should literally only take seconds. Is it because, like... Let me pause. I will pause that. Does that help? No. No, it doesn't. Bro, I just want live coding to work. That's it. Live coding at its finest. Dude, I know, man. Welcome in, Hasty. Bro, like, what is happening? This is so fucking dumb, man. I changed literally one fucking thing in a CPP file. Why is God damn. Nothing makes me want to switch engines more than this fucking recompile flow in Unreal Engine. That is like, you know, some of the shit, you know, doesn't work outside of that, and there are things, there's a lot to be desired. Thank God. Jesus fucking Christ. One thing. Look, how long did that take? 41 seconds for literally one thing. It just happens. Don't know why. I've experienced this problem a lot. It takes forever for some reason. Yeah, sometimes it'll be a few seconds. Sometimes it takes forever. I don't know. Seen Jonathan Blow like recompile his entire engine in 2 seconds. It's like, bro, I'm gonna switch over to Lumina. You know. Okay, so I'm not seeing this. Oh, I'm logging the relative location of that socket. That's gonna be over there somewhere, right? Oh, sorry, it's right there at 0, 0. Okay, let's get the actual. Compose. Get compose to transform. What does that take in? The entity. Okay, how long is this one gonna take? Maybe we like broke the seal and it'll go faster now. Like, what is it doing right now? What is it doing right now? I need to know. Okay, that was faster. 31 seconds. Okay, we shaved 10 seconds off. Okay, there. Now we have our attach point. Beautiful. That's still a long time, 30 seconds. I know, but like at this point, like, I'm just a cuck because I'll take that, you know, like 30 seconds thinking. So I guess technically, am I getting a hit result for this first one? Is that why? Okay, but like, what is this? What is this? Why am I not getting a hit result there? I need to know which... God, I need to know which entities these are. It's kind of... It's, the instances make this harder to debug. I wish I could select an individual instance. Okay, yeah, how am I gonna know which is which? I think it's because, like, that's the closest socket, so we're trying to socket it there, although there's no applicable spot for that one, so we're not changing it. Was that my logic previously as well? Someone explain exactly what is happening. I'm curious and trying to understand. I am working on the building system for my game. Current problem we're trying to focus on is making sure that this placement building, which is the green one, snaps to the right location, depending on what you've hit in your line trace. So I'm looking at this building. It should be snapping to one of this building's sockets. That's what should be happening. That is not happening. I do return here though, right? Yeah, so I am getting the closest socket here. Was that, and that was the logic I was using before as well? Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I guess let me look at the get nearest socket. Yeah, we were just straight up getting the nearest one. So we're not getting like the closest valid one. The closest one with a valid placement. We are just getting the closest one. Also, I can update this. Where else am I using get nearest socket at? Is the only usage. Okay. So get nearest socket really should be get nearest applicable socket. I'm still thinking about the box collider. Are you talking about like the debug drawings for the box line trace, like the interaction trace, building target trace? I think I'm debug drawing a different trace than the building trace. I think that's why it doesn't look like it's hitting. Although that arrow would be being drawn by the building system. So that is definitely something to look into, but like I can tell by these debug drawings that I am considering this building. So I will look into that next. It's just not, I don't think, two separate issues, I think. Two separate issues. Also, I don't think this is... I need to take in the rotation too, so this isn't even necessarily getting... This might be an issue as well. I think this is an issue as well. Get composed transform dot get location. Yeah, so we need to take in like scale and rotation, and we need to take the whole transform. And we need a target building entity here instead. To get that composed to transform. Instance entity data. Yeah, just do target entity there. And then I just get the owner off then. Okay, I guess that works. So that might help. I think that might help with selecting the right one. That might have been like... That might have been part of some of the issue. Let's go ahead and rebuild while I think about this a little bit more. I definitely think I need to consider, like, can I place here? This should be like maybe get nearest valid socket. Methinks. Game development feels so alien to me, even though I'm a developer myself. I feel so dumb. Yeah, it is quite a different world. Yeah, I was a software engineer before this, and yeah, it's got like its own conventions and best practices that are pretty different, you know. And then the problems that you're solving are, to be honest with you, way harder than traditional development. but it's also more fun because you can actually like interact with a world when you're like testing it and stuff. And so like, I don't know, it feels better to solve the problems. And it's, you know, it's, you're not just centering a fucking div or whatever the kids are struggling with nowadays. Yeah, I'd like to see how this looks. Let's close some of these. That feels... That's feeling better. Although I should still be like, I should still be snapping over there. So that's still a problem. But the placement on the one does feel better. Like that feels way better. Yeah, I think we weren't taking into account like rotation and stuff. So if I like rotate that like that. Ooh, it's completely broken now. Coffee then code. Welcome in. You have UBA enabled. Reading up on it, if you're entirely local and not using Horde, you can disable UBA entirely. Yeah, but would it be doing any? I don't think it does anything if you're not actually utilizing it, you know? I did just change my build configuration to try and get some more speed. I don't think it worked. I don't think anything worked. Maybe I'll look into that. But no, I mean, I don't think I've explicitly changed that. Okay, so I need to change the placement building's rotation to the target building. But yeah, my understanding, you get some new armor sets? I did, yes, I did. My understanding was like, I mean, UBA is not going to do anything if you don't have it set up. I hope live coding wasn't just sitting there trying to connect to a UBA server. I think I do. I think I do have that. Like art style, it's so cool. I do think they look great. I do think they look amazing. I will say though that I think that he is quite a bit more stylized than these are. So I think we need to play around with the textures a little bit more. I was already talking about how like the metallic maps, and I can show. This is without metallic maps. So if I turn on like metallic for the shoulders, like there's the difference. Now I was saying that I think I like the non-metallic map better because it looks more stylized. And then I think we just need to get rid of the detail, which, you know, should make this go a little bit faster as well. But yeah, I think no metallic maps for me. But yeah, to me these don't necessarily look like they belong in the same game. I think there needs to be a little bit of work, but they look fun. The fucking sets look amazing. I think they look fucking crazy. They go hard. They do go hard. Apparently UBA maintains the cache and can spend time rehydrating that, but there's nothing to cache, right? Yeah, I'll play around with it for sure, but like I would be very surprised if UBA, like that's just terrible, right? That's a terrible design. If you have UBA enabled, but it's not like set up to connect to anything, why is it doing anything? You know, That would be a fucking absolutely terrible design. But I wouldn't put it past I wouldn't put it past Unreal Engine, so I'll check that out off stream. Good comms. Would you be surprised? No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Okay, but our current problem is this needs to take into account the rotation of the target building here. So we're getting the nearest socket is working. So I think it's the find best attach point. Placement building. Placement building. So what are we doing? We're sorting the placement building sockets. Yeah, so we're looking for the placement building socket to attach to. We already have the target socket. We already have that. We need the placement building socket to connect to the target building socket. So I'm going to get the composed transform. Yeah, the problem here is that the placement building is not does not have the same rotation. Now, this is fine though, because we're just sorting. This is fine because we're just sorting. So it's just gonna, what it would do is it would grab the nearest, depending on how it's rotated, which I think is okay, because you could like unsnap it, rotate it, and then it could go to a different side. I think that's fine. Get socketed transform. That probably is the boo-boo here. God, I hate this function so much. So for each of the placement building's applicable sockets, I'm gonna get the attached transform there. We just log that. Yeah, so the rotation is not, I don't think the rotation is not properly being accounted for here. Let me look at the get diff here. I hate rotational math so much. It should be snap to socket rotation. What is our socket rotation type? I think it should be snap to socket rotation. I think that's the default. Yeah, snap to socket rotation. So we were getting the target building transform rotator plus the target socket component rotation. Does that make sense? Let's see what happens if I don't include the component rotation. Using Unreal Build Accelerator local executor to run one action. UBA session server disable remote execution. So, I mean, it makes it sound like it can handle not being set up. But yeah, this is taking way longer than before, and I did just update my build configuration, so... Although I do remember this like just sometimes happens too. I forgot, oh God, I forgot where the build, there it is. There it is. Oh, did we finish? We finished. How long did that one take? How long did that one take? 72 seconds. Oh my God. The blazing speed of compiling one CPP file in 72 seconds. Okay, yeah, so that's still not doing anything. Is the rotation correct? Let me see. No, the rotation is not correct. It needs to be like rotated 90 degrees or something. I didn't think that those had any rotation on them. These sockets. And this is all location stuff. I feel like I need to rotate the location. The like resulting location. Yeah, so we set the rotation. And then we set the location. So yeah, these locations here are post-rotation locations. Attorney Cog, welcome in. This building transform, I need to like rotate this transform, right? Can you rotate a transform? I know you can rotate a location. So maybe for building transform. Set location. I would need to reset the location to this. Get location, and then was it like rotate, or I need to get the rotation. Rotate vector. Is that the move? Is that the move? Because these locations are all not rotated at this point. And then I'm like getting... Then I'm getting that. I think conceptually what I'm thinking is the solution. Now, let me go ahead and rebuild. I changed the build config, so see what happens. But yeah, I think conceptually what I'm thinking of here is the solution. I also think that using the Unity builds actually takes longer for me. How long did that take? That took 35 seconds. And like most of that time was like before we even started the actions. I would love to understand what the hell is happening. Chillin', sipping coffee before I get back to level layout. Why not both? I'm kind of jealous of hand-placed level design. Like, it seems so chill and fun. Like, there's no, it's not like, you know, there's no like complex coding problem or anything. And you can just get to be like creative. I'm kind of jealous. My game doesn't have that. Okay, all I did was rotate. Because it's hard to talk shit if I'm editing a level. Why do you think I suggested you do both? Attach point for building. Isn't all just 5? There's a lot of thinking and planning. Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it sound like it was like simple or not. Didn't have its own complexities. I just mean like I'm not having to solve 3D math problems in code. You know, doing level design. Why are you an invalid entity? I shouldn't have gotten here. I shouldn't have gotten here if I didn't... That's the logic, right, for the insurer? Yeah. Yeah, I shouldn't have gotten here. Like, what is it doing right now? What is it doing right now? Speaking of coffee, I'm at the end of my first coffee. I think I need another. Another. I'm jealous of a lot of the procedural things you're doing. The fact that you can just wiggle maths at it are incredible. It's been a long time since I've done that. It is a lot of fun, and I hope to get back to it soon. But the game just doesn't. It's like I enjoy that so much that I've kind of done too much of it, and the game just doesn't need any more at this point. There are a lot of other systems I have to get up to par with that. Procedural terrain, the PCG stuff, like. That all is fine and works, and I probably don't need to touch that for like another fucking year at this point, which is sad. I probably am not gonna, I'm not gonna not touch it. Yeah, Turning Cog is doing work on Dread, Fractal Grove's game. If you're familiar with those guys, you can give them a shout. Let's give them a shout. Can I do a shout out? There's like a limit. Wait, how do I not have at Fractal Grove? It's Fractal_Grove now. Wait, does it have to be someone in fucking chat? Am I dumb? Can someone shout out Fractal Grove? Because apparently I can't. They have to be in chat to add them. How the hell do I get shout outs then in other people's chats when I'm not there? Like Stevie shouted me out, and I wasn't even in chat, I don't think. Fractal group. Yeah, I was fucking typing that in. Dude, that's lame. So I can't just link to some. Wait, what? How did I have seen other people shout me out when I haven't been there? You can do a shout out without. Oh, okay. You just have to raw dog it, huh? You have to guess. There we go. Jesus Christ. God damn it, Twitch. Making me raw dog these usernames, man. The ad is a great way to out someone as not being in your chat. I mean, you could pull up that list too, right? But yeah, that's a weird choice. I guess it's to prevent spam. What was I checking? Oh yeah, I was gonna check this, which didn't work because this is still not working. Although they do look rotated differently, don't they? I'm always like, shout out at Mindron, but your name never auto-completes. Wait, do you? Stop it. His name is really my project. My Drong Jack. Ject. Okay, so that... Oh god. Should I just... Should I just set the... Maybe I need to do this after? Maybe we need to do that? Rotate it after we do all the math? I don't think that's right. But I'm not good at this, so... I think it's less about spam, more about making it easy to autocomplete a chatter. Yeah, so you don't like get an entire list of names there. Yeah, I guess it would like have to pull from like every fucking name on Twitch. 34 seconds. Yeah, I don't know. Turning the UBI off didn't really seem to... Okay, this is actually snapping. It's not snapping to a correct location by any means. By no means is it snapping to a correct location. But it is snapping. Any 3D math whizzes here? That would be nice. Okay, I need more information. browser locks up for 720. I mean, you know, if you work at a corporate company, like, you can autocomplete every name at your company, right? If you're like typing in an email or something. So it's not like it's impossible or would be super unresponsive. Like, that's just cached information. But yeah, it would cost Twitch money, which they don't like that. Okay, what's the logic here? Enjoy the stream, glad you've been back. The only game engineer I watch. Well, thank you for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I understand the problem. I don't know what the solution is. Let me rubber duck recap the problem. The problem is that, let me open up the git diff for this to explain. The problem is that I figure out what the rotation should be, which is basically just snapping to the targeted building's rotation. So pretty straightforward. We just set the rotation. Before, I was just setting the actor rotation to that. And then all of these subsequent get actor locations would be the rotated location. Same with their socket. Look, ooh, the socket location. That's the issue. I'm not rotating the socket locations. Because the building location is actually just the center. So that post-rotate, that probably wouldn't change for most buildings. It's I bet it's this guy right here. This guy needs to be rotated. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
And I think rotate vector does what I want it to do. I'm not completely sure. I am not completely sure. Yeah, so this building's socket, which is I should say this is the placement building. That location is not getting rotated. Was not getting rotated, and it fucking should. Min only want one thing, and it's fucking disgusting. And it's for 3D math to be easy. I'm actually really pedantic about search systems. I hate Levenstein search systems. I'll tune back in. Have a good day, my John. Your game definitely looking improved since last time I watched. Hell yeah, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for hanging out once again. There we go. That looks better. That looks better. Why you're still ever so slightly off, but that looks way better. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. This is why we're here. This is why we're here. Oh, I need that soundbite. I have this is why. Right here. What? How is that not on here? The Family Guy. This is why we're here. This is why we're here. What? How is that not? How has someone not put that on here already?
See, Meg, that's a thigh gap.
But they have that one. I'll search for it later. This is why we're here. This is why we're here. Ooh, this target socket. Although that one should... That one's not going to be rotated. That one's not going to be rotated. And this one... I think I need the target. I need to compose the target building's the socket transform. I think that's going to be... Whoa. I think that's going to be more gooder. I mean, I guess, you can just add quats, right? Fucking devil worship. That's what that is. 4 building transform. Okay, and then at this point... At this point, do I need to rotate this? So first of all, hang on, let me just try this. This building socket. Let me try this. That's that we're going to do the same logic and see if that's better. See if that fixes it. If that fixes it, then we'll try to refactor it to be better. Make it work first. Okay, that seemed to have made it... Yeah, that seemed to have made it worse. Okay, undo that. Well, I don't know, actually. That may have been from this change here. Target sockets. Oh, God. Is this a what is this? Oh, this needs to be a rotator, right? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, try that. Laravel SDK lol. Live coding, I need you. What's the under-over on 30 seconds? It's gonna be over for sure. What if I said 40? Would you take the under or over? Oh, it was the under. It was the under. Okay, now... Okay, yeah, so now this isn't working. Okay, so undo this change then. Which that was the change that was the closest, right? Okay. This is target building socket world location. Why are we talking about PHP and Laravel? Wait, what happened? Okay, is that... This was like kind of working before. What the hell? Wait, what the hell happened? Okay, see, that's kind of what it was doing. Mention Laravel SDK. Yeah, like at the beginning of the stream, I think. And I have no idea what they were saying. They just randomly said Laravel SDK. People really just be saying random shit. And I really, like, as a streamer, like, I don't know what to do with that. Like, I understand there might be a language barrier. But yeah, how do I respond? Like, what was the statement? Forget what it was. Oh, it's like it scrolled out of my view at this point. Have watched the launch of Laravel SDK, sir. Like, what does that mean? Are they asking if I watched the launch of the Laravel SDK? Like, what? There's no way that just launched, right? Laravel has been a thing for a while. I don't know what to do with that. Just say true or based. True. Yeah. Even when it's like potentially a question. Hello, sir. Have you watched the launch of the Laravel SDK? Oh, so true. Based. Not a bad move. I might have to. But what fucking happened here? I had this like sort of working. Probably he watched. How do you watch the launch of an SDK? Laravel AI SDK. Yeah, how do you watch a launch of that? How do you watch that? Okay, why is this now not looking no good? Oh, this is supposed to be target socket. That's why. Yeah, this is not... I should change this, because this isn't... Yeah, this is where it's going wrong. I'm gonna double check this first, though. Or Word, yeah. Word. Probably some YouTube stream at launch. What? Yeah, but like, what do you watch? what are you watching? Like watching paint dry? Like you just watch a version get released on GitHub or some shit? Like, or you watch Primogen react to it? That's probably what it is. There we go. Okay, now we're back to homeostasis. Okay. And what even is the Laravel AI SDK? Why does a programming framework need an AI SDK? That's my question. Okay, I think I just need to get target. Now let's try this. So this is homeostasis. Let me comment that out. That's like as close as we've got. Let's try this now. Bro, I'm about to go make myself a new pot of coffee in between these live coding rebuilds. Wrapper over mini MCP tools in OpenAI SDK. Why do we need that? Why is that needed? That seems superfluous. That seems like Laravel is trying to get popularity off of the AI buzzword. There we go. There it is. Boom! He still got it. He still got it.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
It's all coming together. Laravel itself is a wrapper over Symfony components. It's just a wrapper. I'm not a rapper. I mean, Laravel is a framework for like PHP to do other things. Like, I mean, like frameworks are all wrappers around things, but like MCP is already like that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking about it because I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. There we go. There we go. Okay, now we got to fix this issue. Like what? This issue is the next one to get fixed. Okay, I think it's new pot of coffee time, or new cup of coffee. Moxie, do you need to go outside? She just sat on my feet. I think that means she needs to pee. So BRB. I hit F8. I ejected from my character. And the engine was like, yeah, I don't think so. I don't fucking think so. Okay, so we'll rebuild while I'm gone. BRB. What? What happened while I was gone? Finally got it to work. Holy shit! Wait, me or you? I would write in PHP if someone would give me like $1 billion. Yeah, I would write in whatever you fucking wanted me to. I would write in the tongue of the devil for that much. Magenta X card. Yeah, I kind of started one of my first. I started with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and PHP, just raw. I was just echoing entire HTML files, which was awful. Such a pathetic loser. I missed e-commerce, then Bitcoin, now AI. Such a pathetic. You're not a pathetic loser. Don't call yourself that. Okay. Okay, so we have that. That has been solved. We have solved. And we can rotate in place too to get it on different sides. That's great. I love that for me. Okay, why is this one not? Oh, because it's gonna collide with that one. Interesting. Is that an issue? God, building systems are hard, man. I found the one node that I was not thinking about. What was it? What was the node? What was the answer? What was the magic checkbox? Okay, now we got to fix this issue. Get nearest socket should get nearest applicable socket. But also, so I guess I'm at a crossroads. Get physics angular velocity. Ah, like torque. That's a very masculine force. Torque. You know, like I'm fully torqued up right now. Yeah, but it's pretty masculine. Very masculine of you. But yeah, I'm kind of at a crossroads. So this is where I could maybe use some input from people. So I did just find a scenario. Okay, let's say I have that like right there. I guess that was a bad example. Say you got, and I still don't know like how much I'm gonna, so I don't know how much I'm gonna allow overlapping because I don't want you to be able to like stack a million walls on top of each other and like effectively prevent any raids from getting through to your base. But like, you see how I'm snapping to every socket here, right? But not that one. And it's because it would have invalid collision here. It would have, because it would be colliding with this guy over here. Now, I guess what I've done that because you can do that and then like, you know, it's not going to, when you look here, now you're not going to place the wall right there, right? So it kind of makes it a little bit easier to place the next one. So think things like that. Or should I allow you to overlap and just show that it's like, hey, this can't be placed there? Because like you might be wondering, you know, why can't I? And I was wondering, and I was like, wait, why isn't that working? And it was like, this thing was like just out of range. It was like just out of range, something like right there. Oh, that's like perfect. This should work though, right? Yeah, that works. Breaking the vector, checking which axis has the force, and finterp that one back to 0. Well, it sounds like we both kind of had a eureka moment. Overlapping looks bad. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a secondary, a related but secondary question. The question being, how much overlap do you allow? Right now, I allow a 5% overlap. But like, as far as like just placing the blueprint, like, would you want to see, like, it's like, hey, why isn't it going here? You know, would you want to see it there and be red? But that makes it a little bit harder to do things like I showed here, where you place like all of the walls in a sequence. And also, should you be allowed to place, because these are just blueprints, so it's like, maybe it's like I eventually want one there. Well, yeah, I guess it doesn't make sense, because then if you wanted one there, you need one here. So I guess it doesn't make sense to place. But like, you see how, like, you know, these are just snapping now. And like, for these ones, there is no applicable. It's not applicable because it doesn't have support, I guess, is the answer. Not because it has invalid collision. I don't know, maybe that's something I just wait for playtesting or something. I don't know, it's kind of a micro decision. Let's just fix this issue here, where it's like, the nearest socket is not a valid one. Let's fix that issue real quick. Oh, first let's clean this up though. Let's clean this up. So we did figure this out. We can delete all the old stuff. I don't give a shit about const. Out transform, get rotation, rotate vector, this building's socket. I mean, I guess this is fine. Yeah, just leave this. This is fine. So get nearest socket. Should be get nearest valid socket, I think. And so let me where am I checking the collision at? There we go. Let's change this comment here. Let's see if there's an invalid collision for the given building with this transform. Okay, so I can just use that. We basically need to do this as well. Get nearest valid socket. To location. Oh, yeah, I guess I need the for building. I need to like pass in the whole ass building here. A little context menu for why you can't build might be helpful. Say like no support for invalid block type, etc. Yeah, I do have that. It just wasn't, the way I have the logic here, it just wasn't showing up. because it wasn't even considering that location. Get socketed. So I basically have to do this. So I have to do the same exact thing. Should I just use the same? Should I just use the same thing but go in two different ways? I think I should. So the difference is I guess there would be no difference. Okay, let's try this. The attach point for building. And I need to go backwards here. Could target entity not be a building here? Do I have the placement building here? Yeah, I do. Just be building entity. And then closest to location. Hit location. Does that just work? Hang on, I broke something. Let's rebuild. Let's just rebuild. Something that's going to be really difficult that I tried to do a while ago, and the algorithm for it ended up being like a nightmare, so I kind of put it aside. But detecting individual rooms is like, I want that to make a difference. You know, like I want someone to be like happy if they have a nice bedroom, right? And I want them to be sad if they live in a, you know, or if they sleep in a, you know, like a piece of shit room or like a cramped room or something. Like in RimWorld. In RimWorld, it's a lot easier because it's just 2D. And everything is placed on a grid. It's a little bit more difficult for me because not only is it 3D, but you can free place buildings. So they don't necessarily need to be on a grid. So I can't even like walk a grid. I'm thinking about using the same walking voxel algorithm that I developed for the areas. Let them commit genocide if they didn't eat at a table. Oh yeah, that'll be a thing for sure, for sure. Okay, now I've completely broken it. Sounds like you need to make a custom processor for that. Your 100th one. No doubt. What am I on here? Well, I'm on a null building socket somehow. Oh, this was a null pointer. Okay. Not me being slow and just realizing you can make games mostly for free. Well, minus time and effort. Well, yeah, I mean, if you do everything yourself, yeah, you can. But that's like so fucking much. Even for a smaller game, if you do everything yourself, it's a lot. Right side, welcome in. What's cooking? Building system stuff. This didn't work though. This did not work. Closest snocket. I need to look in blueprints where that's used at. Of course it hasn't even started building. Hasn't even started. Maybe I don't want to do it backwards. Yeah, I think maybe I don't want to do it backwards, actually. Once this builds, we'll check that out, though. Okay. Okay, sort of working-ish, but not really. Not really. It is not really working. It is not really working. Okay, let's swap. Why did that do that? It... Go home, Ryder. You're drunk. Okay, 40 seconds later. 40 seconds. It seems to be the under-over today. 33. 33. Yeah, we're still not... Okay, so getting the nearest snocket. Attach point for building. Closest to location. Wait, what am I doing here? I think both of these need to be relative to transform. Okay, so still no. Did that work with the old? Okay, sorry. Close the socket. So change this back to get nearest socket. Change this back to target entity, this building type. Okay. I'm really excited to be done with this building system refactor. It's something that's been needing to be done for a long time. A long time. And then we can move on to other things. Other things. Okay. So yeah, that's back to working. What are you planning next after building refactor? So, kind of a weird course of actions as to how we got here. I was working on colonist priorities. Come here. This is the thing I was working, and then I ended up doing like a series. This is probably like a month ago at this point. So this is my shitty priority UI. We got construction, forage, chop trees, haul, and you can like reorder these as to like what order they should do things in. This is my UI for that. And you can enable and disable them. And then I realized as I was doing the state tree stuff for that and doing the processors for that and just the task handling, specifically for hauling is where this would be an issue. It was just going to be incredibly fucking unperformant. Because for hauling, I have to check every item in every storage, either area or container, to make sure it's in the right storage. And I also have to check all of the dropped items that are like within range of the colony. And determine whether or not they should be hauled. And so I was like, oh my god, that's going to be a lot. That needs to be, you know, I don't want to have to do that more often than I need to. Like I should cache the result of that, right? So I don't, because it kind of turns out like when there are no priorities or like when there's nothing to do in their list of priorities, they're going to check that all the time. It's like when there is something to do, it's like they just get to like their first priority, which what was his? It was construction. Is there anything to construct? That's an easy one, right? I just have a list of buildings that need to be constructed. So just grab the closest one there. That's an easy one. But if that's not the case and there's nothing to forage, we'd first have to check, check if there's any buildings, easy check if there's anything to forage, a little bit harder check, because I have to check areas. And then it's like check if there's any trees that need to be chopped. Same situation as forage, and then check if anything needs to be hauled. So if there's nothing to do, or if like hauling is the first one, that is going to be fucking checked like every frame, or like every whatever the rate is that it gets checked at, which maybe every frame may not be. And I was like, man, yeah, this is going to be really unperformant. I need to cache this. And then I realized when I went to go like do that and set up that caching and like how I was going to store it, I realized that like I need buildings as entities, I need items as entities as well, right? So like when you drop I need that to be an entity as well, so that I can run the processors on it, the systems. You know, I need the area to be an entity, which it seems that I broke. God damn it. Okay, so I'll need to fix that. Dude, the area is so much work. So yeah, colonist priorities would be the next one. And caching those. Okay. Let me think a little bit closer, a little bit harder about this logic here. Get nearest valid snocket. And get attach point for building, which I wanted to check that in blueprints. Which is right there. And why did I want to check that? Wait, why did I want to check this? It should be more, it should be get attached socket for building. Well, I'll refactor that later. Okay. I guess, does it matter what the placement and target buildings are? I don't think so. Well, I guess it only matters for that. So this could actually be static. This could be static, I believe. Other than get world, which we'll just do on whatever the socket's world is. So yeah, I guess it doesn't matter what these buildings are. Closest to location. Yes. We're getting the, yeah, we're sorting. Well, this is gonna, I think this has the same issue. If we're gonna return, because we don't check there. Wait, what was the fucking other one? Oh, I'm using the wrong one. Detach point for building. God, I hate some of these function names. It needs to be this one. Find best attach point. Yeah. Okay, so this needs placement building, target building, target socket. Wait. I don't have target socket. I need to find target socket. Shit. Maybe I just change it. Do I need to get the closest socket? Maybe I just change this function into the Giga function that handles that. Get snap transform. That's here. I mean, it does make sense to just get the nearest socket. Okay, let's just rework that one. Let's just rework this one into what we need it to do. Let's just make it work. We'll make it pretty. We'll make it pretty later. So that is where we need this information. And we also need to pass in for building type. F entity building, the nearest valid socket for building entity. And wait, am I returning the... I am returning the sockets on this building. This should be the target building. Then I should be able to get this building. Yeah, so this for building type now, I can just grab that. I can just grab that from the for building entity. U building utils. U building type, for building entity. Target building entity, to location though. I think that's just to, that should be to the hit location. I want to reorder that. Another guy. Coming up next, refactor of the refactor. This is the way. The refactor is all the way down. It is known. For building entity. Attached transform is this. This is on the target building. This building's socket. Does it matter what that is? Yeah, I have two sockets. Okay, I guess I'm running into the issue where I need to check all of the building's sockets. Yeah, I mean I guess this does need to be the nested loop, which is, I think, what drew me to that other function. Get attach point. That gets the initial socket. I just returned the placement socket. I feel like I should return both. Here. Or I go in here. Get attach point for building. That's the one, right? This is on rotate? I only do that on rotate, huh? No way. I don't believe that. Okay, yeah, we use it. No, we don't. We don't use it. We do. Never mind. We do. Is support provided by? Yeah, I kind of think I want to return both sockets here. And I was saying that, yeah, okay, so we're gonna, one, change this to be static. So no more const. No, that was the wrong function. That was the wrong function. This should be static. And we're going to refactor to get attach sockets for building or redirect. Yes. Closest to location. Yeah, and so I guess it doesn't matter what these buildings are. It's just building A and building B at this point. And then I guess I'm going to return like a bool instead. And I have some out pointer params. Can you have that in blueprints? I guess we'll find out. A pointer ref. A pointer ref. Placement building. Yeah, I need to change the names here of everything. A instance data. A building. Change this to a building entity. Although that's a little, hang on, that's a little. Building entity A. There we go. Building entity B, instance data A, because like the A at the beginning kind of makes it seem like it's an actor, and it's not. Building transform A. Building. This should make it easier to understand, because like thinking about placement versus target is a little confusing. Socket A. Socket B. Okay. Can it fit on one line now? Fit on one line now. I love when I make a change and I can fit a line of code on one actual line. Okay. The return through here. Return false there. Out. Building A. Oh, that's not right. U building socket. Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
Be socketed. It's kind of annoying. I have to like provide the output parameters here, but it is what it is. And honestly, we can skip the sorts. If, well, we'll do that in a second. Skip sorts if closest to location is 0. We can skip that. Save a little bit on performance. Okay, get socketed transform. So yeah, get nearest, where the hell was that? Get nearest valid socket. We're not gonna do this anymore. I'll just update you so you compile. Okay. Find best attach point to target. Not what we want to use. What did I just change? There's way too many functions in this class. It's like getting so hard to navigate around in. Get attached sockets for building. Okay, so building entity, target entity, out socket A, out socket B. So bool B as valid socket. New building sockets. Out building sockets. New building sockets. Out target socket. Okay. If has valid socket. If has valid socket. So here's the thing. This is like, I guess we just return out building socket, right? And out target socket, we're just gonna re-get that. We're gonna rerun this for now until we do some more refactoring. Get attached sockets for building, which is the new get attach point for building. And we're gonna return from there. Find best attach point to target. And so this isn't checking collision. I guess that's the issue now. This isn't checking valid collision. Whereas this one does, and that's why they're not in alignment. And like for this one, I just need to check if it's socketed into each other, which I don't really need to check. Collision, do I? Would I need to check collision for that? Is support provided by? Just checking if it's socketed at all. I think this is like a recursive call, so I think I'm checking all of the... And they're not sorted. Or they're sorted by closest to location 0, which I don't think is an applicable sort for them. So I think I probably need to make another one to just see it, to like just, hey, is this socketed into another building? And then it doesn't really need to check collision there because they're like already placed buildings. It's not gonna hurt. And then that also needs to get updated here. What does null pointer do? I'm a beginner in CPP. I mean, it's the same thing as null in other programming languages. If you're not familiar with other programming languages, you should probably start with another programming language. Dude's been spending so much time coding, he's gone ahead into the Aztec century. I have no idea what that means. Based. Yeah, true. So true. True. Big if true. Word. Where was the rotation thing? Where was the rotation? Inputs, change building rotation. Okay, so attach point. So this is just checking if it's socketed, right? Rotate. Oh yeah, this is trying to rotate around the socketed point. Okay, so let's go ahead and add the collision checks here. Then, yeah, I probably shouldn't have changed this. It was just so similar to what I needed. It's almost like I should pass in a lambda or something into here for the separate functionalities. Maybe that's what I'll refactor this to after. Socket A, socket B, hit surface normal. Wait, why do I need the hit? What was I doing with the hit norm? Oh, relative to hit norm. Oh, right. Right. For now, I'm just gonna do f factor 0. For now. Oh, and I need like a... Do you need to be... I think I can make you static as well. Because all I'm checking is like... Yeah, I'll just get the owner off of this building socket. Feels a little weird. But we can do it. This building... Get owner. Wait, where is that coming from? Oh no, wait, I'm fucking dumb. Jesus Christ, that wasn't... I just saw purple right there and I was like, yeah, that's a member. That's a member on this class. So no, this can be, I believe, static. Oh, get entity transform for building. Yeah, so we just need to grab the instance data off here, which is easy. Auto for building instance data. Get. Yeah. And then I can just. Adder, welcome. I need audio clips at that level for my day-to-day to make fuck up a little more enjoyable. Yeah, I do. Like, all of that is what happens in my head when I'm, like, doing my normal job as well. Like, I should not have done that.
I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. I shouldn't have said that.
Okay, so that's good now. That's good now. Okay, so now here, I'm going to do this. Placement building. Oh God, yeah, I have to check if... Okay, so then it does matter what building A and building B are. A and B makes it so easy to understand, though. I'll just do building A. Right, and then this isn't static. This isn't static. I mean, I do have building. Okay, if it doesn't have invalid collision, it's gonna look awkward, but technically works. Okay, rebuild. Coding is awesome. I think so too. It's fun. Well, most of the time. Some of the time. Okay, what do we have here? Those are false instead. Good call out, good comms, compiler, good comms. matter. You'll have to check out the new armor sets. I just got in last night. Tell me what you think. I think they look great. I'll show you here in a sec, but I do think a little bit of work needs to be done on the texture side of things. They actually look a little too good. They look too good. They look too good. They don't look stylized enough, I guess. That's my one piece of feedback. And yeah, then I'll have to get them all, like, I didn't realize you had to, like, rig each piece of armor. You know, like, that's fucking so much. And right now they're just static meshes, so I don't have like the skinned ones. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, there are the two new armor sets. We got the male set. And then our cloth robe set here. And to me, these look a little too detailed. Like, this guy, to me, is quite stylized. And it does not look like it kind of completely fits in the same game as some of this. And I think the cloth looks okay, because there's not a whole lot of detail that shows through there. Although I do think like some of this texturing maybe we can get rid of to make it a little flatter. But like I think this part right here is like the red, like this looks stylized. This looks quite stylized. Maybe a little bit of, you know, the kind of like splotches, maybe get rid of some of those, but I do like the like stitching. I think that looks good. Robe set is fire. Yeah, it does look sick. It does look sick. But I'm just not realizing there's red on the inside of the gloves. That's cool. I do like that. And then I think I decided that I don't want metallic at all. But here's like the metallic. There's the metallic maps. And I think I like it without the metallic maps better. I think it looks more stylized without the metallic maps. Then we have this set right here. Yeah, I am excited to get them animated, rigged, and working. Oh yeah, we gotta fix everything now. We gotta fix everything now. It is good that this is an executable node now. The only major feedback, aside from dialing in the texture stylization, which you're aware of, is the scale of the chest armor. It's a bit football-y. I actually mentioned that as well. I actually mentioned that. I thought it stuck out a little bit too much. Like here. Is that what you're talking about? Looks like bro can't touch his arms together without geopenetration during anim. I mean, I'm fine with that. I don't really care a whole lot about if clothing clips. I care more about like it. That obviously can't have that, right? A little bit on the gloves there too, and right there. As long as the body doesn't clip through, I don't give too much of a shit. I guess maybe you're talking about the underarms as well, perhaps. But yeah, during animation, I think you're right that would clip. But a little bit of that is fine. I don't need it to be fucking perfect. Like. Chest feature geo and plate armor scale might make the character feel a bit more nimble and grounded. Good feedback. Good feedback. Yeah, but is it just this section, I suppose? Yeah, I need to get them actually rigged and stuff to test it out. Maybe even the belt. The belt is quite fucking thick too. Yeah, I'll mention the belt as well. But yeah, I mean, I love the design of them, and they look great. And I did get a couple variation color pictures as well, which I think look good. Like, there's like a white version of it, which I think looks fucking sick, and then here's like kind of like a golden version of the mail armor. I think that looks cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do like heavy reuse of the models and just like change the textures. I'm gonna have to do a lot of that. And I was looking at the WoW, like the vanilla WoW database stuff, and I was trying to figure out like how many, you know, for a given model of a for a given mesh for an armor, how many times do they reuse it for a different piece of gear? And like some of them, it's like a dozen times. They have like a dozen different pieces of gear. And they do this through a combination of just literally renaming it, making it look the exact same. It just has different stats. So that's like the easiest way. And then they just change some colors on it, like maybe like some accent colors or something. And, you know, just call it something different as well. And then they also, there are some times where they mask certain sections of the gear, which I think would be like the, you know, the more effort, but less than having to re-rig the entire thing. Belt could even just be masked in the texture like WoW if geo counts are a concern, and reducing the complexity of skinning for the rig. Yeah, but I don't know how... I don't know how that works. But it's like if everything else is modeled, you know, I kind of feel like that should be as well. Yeah, I definitely want to get like some procedural materials working for this to where I can like, you know, change like I can just, me as the designer can just change this color in a material, right? And it would be nice to have that for, you know, change this to like I could easily have 12 different versions of this, you know, mask this part. Same with the cape, you know, you could just also separate textures as well, or you just put different designs on it. So there's like kind of 4 different ways where you could put some design, some pattern on here, right? There's already a pattern on this robe, right? The stitching. You can do one without stitching. You could do one with just stitching around the outside, all that stuff. So gonna have to do a lot of that. I just wanted to get like kind of one set of armor in for each of my armor types: cloth, leather, mail, plate, just to get a vibe check, you know. And this is kind of like this was kind of like half leather. Like I think this is actually could be cloth, and I could make like this same shirt, you know, put a different texture on this shirt, you know, and it could look leathery, right? Same with these pants. The boots already look leathery. Boots and gloves already look leather. Oh, and she has she should have a belt and a hood here too. Belt. Hood. The hood is kind of, could be cloth, could be leather. Female shirt looks flash hitted. Yeah, something happened with this one. Like whenever I switched it to nanite, it fucked up. It was weird. Also, where's the belt at? I turned the belt on. What happened to you? Oh, you don't have a skeletal mesh. So there's the belt as well. Actually, it looks a little loose on her. These pants could be leather too, so this little kneecap section is a separate mesh that I could toggle. But maybe a texture mask would be better there. There's a lot of specular right there. I'm gonna turn that off. I think specular makes it look less stylized as well. Anyways, can we play now? Can I play, or is it still broken? No, it's still broken. Oh, right, this one, yeah. Are you okay now, though? I think that is what would need to change. Restart big news, getting sets in the game. Yeah, it's feeling... My bank account is making this feel like it's real. And getting the anims in was huge as well. I don't know if you were in here for that or not, Adder. I forget who is where. We have this. But yeah, I can't wait to get the gear animated. That's gonna be sick. Oh god, what have I done? And then I'm gonna need a sound designer and a VFX artist. What do you think? Like, sound designer after VFX artist? So the sound designer can look at what the VFX looks like and kind of come up with sounds for it. Although I think I just want like, I don't think I'm gonna have enough money to do like specific sounds for like each ability. I think I'm gonna have to do it like WoW, where there's like one generic fire sound. There's like fire loop, fire cast, fire impact, and those play for every fucking fire spell. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. And then I just need like a handful of stuff. I started writing it out. Like just generic weapon swing ones to replace the WoW ones, with crit variants, some different elemental, the mining, like professions related stuff, some generic work sound, gathering herbs. The profession stuff I really want to like, I want that to sound really good. And I think I'm going to point to New World. New World I think had amazing sound design. Probably the best in a game. And then I think I'm going to look at Path of Exile for VFX, although the PoE VFX are maybe too expensive for me. We'll see. I'll have to find a... You have an environmental artist. No, I mean, my character artist can do environmental work, but that's probably going to be kind of a down the road thing, I think. Maybe I'll get some, you know, just kind of a base stuff in. But that's not... I don't think that's stuff I, like, need. Right. To me, that's like lowest on the totem pole for things I need. But I don't to your question, I don't know if I'll find someone specific for that or just have my character artist do that. Because I also want to get in like some animals or some creatures as well. At least a couple. Like, you know, like a wolf and a deer or something like that. Anyways, we're supposed to be testing building stuff. Okay, this is still working, although it's not going over there. Let me restart. There's likely some sound packs that might cover a majority of your current content development to minimize cost. Yeah, I want my own stuff, though. That's important to me. and then focus on hero audio with a contract at a later date. I mean, if I'm just going to use the WoW sounds in that case, you know, if I'm just going to like replace them later, I'm just going to stick with the WoW sounds that I already have. Why doesn't it want to? Go to that one. So I did break something. So why am I lagging so much? What is happening here? Oh god, it's probably just the code I've written for the building stuff is. Oh no, it's probably because I had a million skeletal meshes rendered. Sound design is just something that's really important to me in a game. We'll see how much it costs. How much those who have experience, how much would you say in compare, like if you had to separate it to, and like give me your tier list of pricing for animator, character artist, environment artist, sound designer, VFX artist. Give me your tier list of that, of like how much money is spent on each of those. Okay, but let's try and figure out why you don't seem. Let me rotate. Yeah, there's always one side that it doesn't want to go to. I wish I knew. Me too. That's why I'm asking. Maybe we can both learn. I suspect it varies wildly. Yeah, probably not a solid answer for that. Yeah. Stop it. I want things to be straightforward. Is the sword not? I guess maybe just at an hourly rate, right? Like at an hourly rate, which one of those costs more? If there's one thing I've learned, it's that game dev is not allowed to be straightforward. Yeah. I only say audio packs because attack timing changes and what attacks you give each enemy type, player, class, etc. will change and thus change audio requirements. Minimizing timing changes will cut costs a lot. I mean, I think I actually have that down because I'm just looking to vanilla WoW for my combat. Everything should basically fit in a 1.5 second window. If you aren't having the audio dude handle engineering and tech implementation, then VFX is notably more expensive. Do you know an hourly rate for a VFX artist? What that might be for like a professional, someone who's I'll say mid to senior level contractor. But yeah, I don't like, my game isn't the kind of game like you know, like a Dark Soulsy type game, like something like Mortal Shell. I imagine like your combat animations have changed quite a bit, and the timing and stuff. So I can definitely see where you're coming from there for those types of games. But mine is all pretty static. Like it's all, and that's why I was saying something like what kind of generic WoW sounds. $1 million. Okay, thank you, Hasty. Thank you. If you're having audio guy handling tech implementation, mid to senior is usually 70 to 100K per year. What is that in hours? All right. So we have 52 weeks in a year times 40 hours in a week. Contract closer to 65 to 80K a year, full-time contract. Okay, so 80 divided by 2080. $38 an hour. $30 to $35 an hour. For a senior level. So, you know, grab me a mid-level. Grab me a mid-level. We'll say that maybe that's 50. 25 bucks an hour. Okay, that's more realistic. Then I guess it depends on like what do I get for that time as well. And yeah, I think I probably would handle the tech implementation just because I have to, right? And I don't know that there would be that much, right? Because it's going to be pretty straightforward stuff. Although it would be nice to kind of like add some extra reverb on some of the sounds when you're like underground to like have it echo and stuff like that, you know? Or rather, add reverb when you're not underground so you can hear it echoing in a larger soundscape. Stuff like that would be kind of cool, but I'd have a fairly complete list of VFX needs before making the jump. Lots of VFX artists move quick for the easy stuff and then spend a lot of time on hero attacks. Dude, these these artists, they want to make everything amazing is what I've found out, which I get that, and they're awesome at what they do, but I'm like, I'm looking for simple things. I need a professional person to do kind of simple things. So I have had to, both on the character artist and animator side, kind of like dial it back. I don't need that much. You're making it look too awesome. Well, yeah, their names on it, yeah. But it's like they could also say, hey, look, I did all the animations for an entire game. I don't know. I get it. I get it. I get it. Hard to get an artist. Well, I want them to give a shit about it, but I just need like... I don't need, you know, I say PoE level VFX, but I don't actually need that, right? I can't not make it top shelf, yeah. And I get it. I get it. I do. I just can't afford top shelf across the board for what I am trying to go for. That said, a senior plus artist will be able to give you rough in passes so you have content rather than finishing something in one sitting. Is that the magic word I can say? Oh, we're gonna come back to this later. Just rough it in, and then we never come back to it later. Maybe get a mega grant if that's still a thing. I mean, is that even like how much money is a mega grant, right? I don't even think I apply for this though, you know. Who's eligible? Smaller teams, solo developer. Dude, I can't fucking talk. Are using technology? Okay, I am indie. UE5 experience. If you're ready to pioneer the next generation. Oh fuck. Do I have to use UE5 to get this? Or you just get like extra consideration if you're using that? Oh, I think this, yeah, moving from another engine. Okay, I see. How much do you get? Like, is it variable? Oh yeah, it is. 5K to 75K. With some extraordinary projects receiving up to 150K. Bro, 150K. Whoo! What projects have gotten that? I just don't know if this is worth my time. I'll be honest. I don't know if it's worth my time. Moxie, come here. Ask them for a rough pass so you have something to test with. Med grants are like 10 to 20k now, notably lower than before. Okay. They give a lot more of them than they did before, which is nice. Okay, so they're doing more but less. It doesn't have to be UEFM, they just have categories. Okay. I don't know of anyone getting more than 40k and 40k. What was the type of project for 40k? If you have a link, go ahead. I think your unique terrain generation could make for more interesting than normal Mega Grant application. I don't know. I don't know if it does though, because like there's the voxel plugin, right? Lots of games are doing that, which is not all that different from what I have. Its capabilities. Oxy, stop trying to sneak out of here. I see you. This little fucking dog, man. Sit. Good. She was barking. I told her to come here. Told her to sit. She sat. And then she waits for me to stop paying attention. And then she'll just slowly walk out of the room and go bark again. She tries to be sneaky. You're not sneaky. Not sneaky. You are cute though. You're cute. Oh my goodness. What does this refactor mean? I've been doing a refactor on my building system to change each building from an individual actor into an instance static mesh, which will be a lot more scalable for like a open world. But it has had some complexities. Maybe my ECS implementation of gas is something that they'd want to look at. Like, hey, I made the gameplay ability system 10x more performant. Investors? Possibly you. Possibly Tim Sweeney. Yeah, some Sweeney bucks. Sweeney bucks would be pretty cool. Yeah, maybe the AI generated quest system, I think, maybe. Putting a bit more effort into that to have something to show for that. One thing that I'm kind of excited to work on, which I probably shouldn't. It's one of those things where it's like, if I never wanted to release this game, I would only be spending time on procedural generation stuff and the AI generated quest system. But I want to do like the Baldur's Gate-esque dialogue checks, you know, dice rolls and stuff like that. Non-combat skills. Because I think the AI, I've proof of concepted it just like in AI chat windows. Gas made 10x more better. Where do I sign up? You gotta learn about an ECS. You gotta learn about ECS. Because I basically rewrote gas, but into my ECS system. There's a bunch of VODs. If you look up gas on my channel, rewrite gas or refactor gas, you probably find those videos. Yeah, I don't know. It took me like a few weeks, I think, like maybe three or 4 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know. But yeah, it was so good. I went from like 200 entities in combat at like 20 FPS using gas to 2,000 entities in combat at 20 FPS. Roughly speaking. Those are just from memory numbers, but a lot better. Getting rid of timers was another one too. So I rewrote my timers into an ECS processor, basically. My animation queue, I grab the timings of anim notifiers on my animations, and my anim queue processes those, and then executes the callbacks when they need to. So that helped a lot, because before I was just using timers based on the anim notify times, and those timers are not very cache coherent, not very cache efficient. But yeah, anyways, a Baldur's Gate-esque AI dialogue check system is cool. And like I said, I proof of concepted it in an AI window, and it's something that they can actually do pretty well. I think what I would actually do is I was just having the AI decide what the difficulty should be. But I think and I was just having it give me a number between 1 and 20. Right, for a dice. But I think what I'll do is like, I think what I would do instead, because it's just like not, and sometimes it picked kind of weird numbers, but like I may have just like a, you know, high, you know, mid, low, and then, you know, so in the middle, medium, high, and then, you know, this is what, like 15 to 20. And then this is what, 10 to 15. Medium is of course 10. And this is 5 to 10. And then this is 0 to, or I guess it would be 1. 0 doesn't make sense. 1, 2, and honestly, I should never have a difficulty check of 1, right? That's not even exciting. So maybe I'll expand this a little bit, but I'll do that. And so I'll just have the AI tell me, is this a high difficulty? Is this a medium difficulty? Is this a low difficulty? And then I'll probably just take, you know, this range and do the RNG, just roll the numbers for, like, you know, 16 or whatever. I guess 10 to 15 would be 12. And it'll all be based off of, like, I'll pass in, like, is this investigation? Or it decides, rather, investigation. Is this an investigation check? Is this a perception check? You know? Stormgate. Oh, yes, I've heard of that. Recently made RTS. I think made 45K from their mega grant. Supposedly Witchfire also got similar. So those are just like really quality projects, though, with probably like a team of people. So I would imagine what they had to show was probably pretty considerable. Most of the big grants go to education, tools Epic wants to integrate, and other foundations like Godot and Blender. Huh. Godot got a grant. Interesting. Notably larger granted game projects closer, yeah, to AAA quality. Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, I'm kind of getting close to having to go to work. I'm kind of getting close to having to go to work. I would like to get this figured out first. God, I'm at such a point where I don't want to lose the context. Do I call in sick? I'm not going to. Imagine work being game dev. Yeah, I would absolutely love for that to happen. Oh my God, I'm realizing something. Wait, get talking through. No, that's right. Never mind. I thought this was backwards. I'm not going to call in sick. I'm literally on record. I'm on record. Oh, sorry, I missed your last message. ECS stands for Entity Component System. It's not something specific to UE. It's just an architecture, and it focuses on cache locality, which is really important for performance. The IDE I use is JetBrains Writer, not VS. No. But yeah, ECS. Look up Entity Component System. I'm using ENTT as the foundation for mine. So you can look those up. And so I used ENTT and rewrote gas into ENTT views, basically. So I have like attribute processor. This is one of my worst ones right now. Like this is handling all of the gameplay attributes, all of this code. I have to calculate dependencies. Basically, I have to tree shake, which, because you have effects that could be based off of other attributes, right? The magnitude of an effect can be based off an attribute, but then it can modify the magnitude of another attribute. So you have to like resolve this dependency cycle, and you could potentially have a circular dependency. They tend to pay out more or less depending on other business ventures that year, which signal that it's just leftover monies they need tax cuts on. Yeah. Great that they give that money to teams, but a lot of people expect more than is possible from the program. Yeah, I never really consider. I didn't think that I would ever get money from that. Also, do you have to put Epic Mega Grant recipient on it? Like I see people do that. Also, is this correct? I'm sorting closest to location building transform B. Is that correct? Let me swap those. Oh no, I do want closest to the other. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, I do want closest to the opposite. Cancel that. 20K is 20K, but yeah, I think there are requirements tied to receiving. Yeah, I don't want to write a book report. You know, I don't want to write a game design document. Fuck that shit, man. For the birds. For the birds. I write too many docs for work, man. I'm tired, boss. Okay, so what is causing me to skip this one socket? Huh? Eh? You need that soundboard, I'm tired, boss? What is that even from? I don't even know what that's from. Is this backwards? Socket location A. Oh, this is just drawing them. Green Mile. I'm tired, Grandpa is holes. Old Stanley Yelnats, huh? Bro, I got copyright struck in my last video for this song. The copyright situation on YouTube is fucking horrible. It's not that I just stopped turning on ads on my YouTube videos because it's just like fucking pennies. It doesn't even matter. I wish I could turn off ads entirely on Twitch as well. I guess I kind of just want to make sure that we're like getting all of the sockets. I have a feeling the issue is with the sort location. YouTube copyright is whack. They hit indie bands for copyright over their own music, bro. Dude, I get copyright struck. Like there are just copyright trolls out there. And they'll just like, oh, I'm gonna rev share that even though it's not even the same fucking song that I'm claiming it is. And it's just like, dude, this is clearly not the fucking song. Like how is that just allowed? And like, I'm a little surprised. Like YouTube runs a lot of machine learning, like filters and categorizations on videos. I'm surprised they don't have one for copyright like that. That can automatically detect that. Whether or not it's a true copyright or not. 1243 4132. Though you could turn them off if you weren't affiliate. Maybe they changed it. I mean, you still have the pre-rolls, right? Which that's what I have. I only do the pre-roll because I want to facilitate people sticking around. And I don't know, for me, when I'm working, and I see this as primarily a co-working type environment we have here over on Twitch, but when I'm working on something and then at like 3 minutes of ads show up every hour, that's really fucking annoying to me as a viewer. Like I'll find one of the people, you know, that I like to watch, and I'll hang out there all fucking day for the most part. Maybe I'll hang around for a few hours, swap to someone else, you know, for a few hours. But it's just like, yeah, I'll be working and then 3 minutes of ads play. And it's the same fucking ads I saw the last 3 minutes. That is so annoying to me. I'd rather just watch the 30 seconds at the start and then never see him again. Dispute to their own music videos. Yeah, dude, and the process is super annoying too, especially like, I guess for like singular videos, it's not too bad. But like when you put out 2 live streams every day, you have to fill out 2 copyright reports for every live stream every day. Fucking annoying, man. Are you me? I do the same thing. I mean, I feel like that's probably what a lot of people do, and that's why like I don't use the 3 minutes of ads, you know. And I get that it hurts discoverability, but like I would rather cater to, you know, the people who stick around than the people who don't, you know. And maybe there's some psychology where it's like, oh, I just had to watch 30 seconds of ad to check out this streamer, so I'm going to stick around for a little bit longer so I don't get hit with another 30 seconds of ads immediately. I think maybe there's some psychology there where it's like I get maybe a bit more of a chance, maybe less people, but more of a chance with less people. I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter anyway. It's like I got a whopping 18 viewers, which appreciate you guys being here. It doesn't matter. Grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so I need to I need some way to know where these sockets are. I need to know how they're getting sorted. I just want to log. I just want to debug draw the first 2. Oh god, Ryder, come back to me. Jesus Christ. Cheese and rice. Guess where I'm going tonight, guys? You know where I'm going tonight? It's a magical place. It is probably the epitome of American gluttony. I'll give you that as a hint. Oh, I have to like get the fucking... Okay, we're gonna do this a little bit differently. Cracker Barrel. No, not Cracker Barrel. It's an interesting answer. It must be food at least. Yes, you are in the right category. Cheesecake Factory. He nailed it. He nailed it. Yes, I am going to the Cheesecake Factory. Which I think their food is at, like, most of their food is pretty mid. I'll be honest. Most of their food is pretty fucking mid. But it's exciting because there's so much, you know. You're like, ooh, what am I going to get? The world is my oyster. Do I get oysters? You know, they probably have that. I don't even know. I can't finish the menu in time. It takes way too long. To be fair, a single slice of their cheesecake can be like 1,500 calories. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love the peanut butter. The peanut butter cheesecake is my favorite one. I do appreciate that Cheesecake Factory is scratch, but definitely mid for the most part. Yeah, I think their apps are pretty good. Their apps are pretty good. Peanut butter desserts are the best. Yeah, I'm a big chocolate and peanut butter boy. I'm a big chocolate and peanut butter boy. Okay, where is this? Am I getting here? Yeah, I'm getting here. So this is blue and green. And it's conflicting with this one. Change this one to red. And probably yeah, comment that one out. I like to calorie count my desserts. I don't, that's a joke because it's only depressing and then I eat more. Such is life. I eat because I'm sad, and I'm sad because I eat. It's a vicious cycle. I'm kind of thinking, what is it called? It's like the, what is it, Bang Bang Chicken and Shrimp? I'm kind of feeling that maybe tonight. Maybe. Okay, so green. Okay, so I have information. Green is the first one for socket B. It is not the first one for socket A. Right, so building A is not at a static location. I think that's why. So building A is just the placement building, which could just be anywhere. So I think I need to act like building A is at a specific spot or something. Because, like, yeah, that if building A is right here, then yeah, that socket is the closest to this hit location, right? I think in the past, what I used to do is I used to just set the placement building to the location of the socket, and then just grabbed whichever socket was the closest. Boo, 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 boo. So how is this working? Where's the green? Oh, the green is probably being overlapped by the red. I'm gonna make them slightly different, and let's put this at the end. Oh, you know what that's for you, Hasty Wasty. That was for you nailing Cheesecake Factory. I should have played that. I need to get better. I need to do better. Okay, yeah, green is right there, so we see that. And so why... Green is correct every time, but blue and red are not. I'm just here for the refactors. Hasty Wasty only wants one thing, and it's fucking disgusting. So it would be this, get snap transform. So I should act like the building is at hit location, I think. Closest to location. Yeah, I should act like this transform. Building transform. Let's do this. Set location. Closest to location. Try that. Try that. And you're making a dope game and I want to play it. Yeah, I hope at some point, you know, when I get an actual loop, you know, I'll try to, you know, at least, I'm not going to like put it on Steam or anything, but I'll try to get it out to some people just to fuck around with, you know. But I might not live long enough. You stay alive, goddammit. Okay, that's still... It ain't doing... Okay, so now the blue... Wait, was it always like that? See, now the blue is up here. I don't think it was like that before. Closest to location. Maybe the issue, well, no, the issue is definitely, good God, fucking live coding. Dude, it would have been easier for me to just go back in the VOD and look than it would be to have ran live coding. Yeah, okay, so that did change it, yeah. This is actually more writer. Oh, yeah, because we're getting the compose to transform here. So actually, we may need to do that in multiple places. We may need to do that here. We'll do it the old building transform A. Get composed, wait. Socket location B. I guess it doesn't fucking matter which location is which. So we are getting socket B's location as if it were where building A is. And we're getting socket A's location as if it were where building B is. I mean, theoretically, that should always... I guess it's the sort that... But I'm doing it the same way this way. Closest to location. Yeah, maybe I still need to do... And that would be building transform A. I'll need to do get relative transform times building transform A. Pray for me. Pray that I can get this to work before I have to hop off here in like 7 minutes. Also pray that live coding finishes before that. It is literally, it's been very consistent, the amount of time that it's taken. It's like 30 to 33 seconds every time. Okay, that is not right. It ain't right. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's all fucksy wucksy now. Okay. All right, fine then. Keep your secrets. I need that soundbite. Okay. I'm probably going to call it there. I'm going to try to find this soundbite.
All right, then. Keep your secrets.
All right, then. Keep your secrets. You're going to have to download that one. I need that one. Okay, let's find something to raid. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. Appreciate it. Good to see you all. Draconin, Hasty, Adder, and others. Just playing my internal soundboard. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Looks like Odd is just getting started. 17 minutes. I would go... I've rated Odd a lot. So I would go Stevie. But she seems to be away at the moment. Adder, are you also in Odd's chat right fucking now? I think most of you are going to end up over there anyway, so I'll go ahead and hit him with the raid. Good day to you all. Have a good weekend if I don't see you again. Thanks for hanging out. Maybe I'll finish this building refactor before next stream. I hope. And then we can get to some fun stuff. Because after that, I think I want to do a little bit more work on the equipment system. There's a few things that I need to tie up. But then after that, I think colonist priorities, we start doing that stuff. Rimworld stream win. I think we'll be able to have some more of those. Maybe in like a month or two, I think. It kind of, because it's like, dude, it's like I have work and then I have one stream. That's the most I can do in a day. And some days I can't even do that. So we'll see. Okay, I'm out of here though, guys. Take care. Have a good one.